G'day everyone, Fid here from 4x4 Explore. In this video, we're going to be talking about when you should be looking at changing your tyres, based both on tread wear and tyre age. And then we'll talk about how we might maximise the life of our tyres. If you get anything out of this video, give us a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe. And if you've got an experience on a tyre failure, particularly if it's inside the parameters that I recommend, then share it in the comments so that we can all learn as a forward driving community. How many kilometres you get out of a set of tyres is hugely variable, mainly because there's so many factors that influence the tyre life. Tyres on a vehicle are exposed to the stresses of high speed, temperature variations, pressure variations, UV, road debris, and for four-wheel drives in particular, the surfaces that we drive on. How you drive your vehicle will also have an effect. Heavy braking, cornering or accelerating will increase the wear on your tyres, as will towing or otherwise carrying a heavy load. On a four-wheel drive, I would expect at least 40,000 kilometres out of a good set of tyres, and I'll be happy with 60 to 70,000 kilometres. The minimum tread depth in Australia is 1.6 millimetres anywhere on the tyre. Now you can buy depth gauge measures, you could use a 20-cent coin, or you can use the wear indicators that are on the tyre. If you put a 20-cent coin in upright and have a look, if you can see all of the platypus bill, then you've got less than 3 millimetres of tread left. It's 3 millimetres from the edge of the coin to that platypus bill. The other way is the tread wear indicators on the tyre. Now these tyres, you can see some of the effect from climbing over rocks in the Vic High Country, but these are the tyre wear indicators on this tyre. You should be looking at replacing your tyres when the tread depth gets down to about 2 to 3 millimetres. If the tread wears down to level with the tread wear indicator, you're on 1.6 mil and you should have changed your tyres already. Tyres are constructed from various textiles, rubbers and steel. And as the tyre ages, the properties of those materials change, they evolve. The rubber in particular oxidizes and it gets a bit brittle and you can form cracks. Tyres have an antioxidant within the rubber, but it really only works when the tyre is in use and the rubber is flexing. That's what activates the antioxidant. So think about that oxidizing effect on the rubber, in particular in low use tyres like spare tyres that sit on the back of the vehicle and are always exposed to the sunlight, or the tyres on a trailer or camper trailer caravan that's parked outside. The rubber's ability to flex will degrade over time. It becomes brittle, cracks will form, particularly when the tyre is then put under load. Those cracks in the rubber may occur on the outside of the tyre, but they may occur on the inside of the tyre, or even within the construction of the tyre itself, in the layers in between, where you can't see the cracks. So a visual inspection of the tyre will not necessarily confirm that it is a safe tyre to use. So how do you tell the age of a tyre? Well, you're looking for an alphanumeric identification code on the sidewall. It's often referred to the DOT code because it's often preceded by DOT. The last 4 digits of the code are the week and year of manufacture. So in this instance, I've got a 5023. This tyre was constructed in the 50th week of 2023. If your tyre only has 3 digits at the end instead of 4, or if it's got an arrow over the last digit pointing at that last digit, then your tyre was manufactured before 2000 and it is well beyond its life. Now, tyres don't have a formal expiry date. There is no jurisdiction in Australia that judges the roadworthy of the tyre by its date of manufacture alone. However, it's generally advised the life of a tyre is about 10 years. You might buy a new set of tyres and in checking their age, you discover that they're 2 years old. I wouldn't be overly concerned by this. When stored in a warehouse, the tyres aren't under pressure, they're not under load, they're not exposed to the elements, and they get relatively small temperature variations. That's all they're exposed to. So if your brand new set of tyres were manufactured 2 years ago, I wouldn't be overly concerned by it. Working on an average of 12 to 15,000 kilometres a year and say 60,000 kilometres out of a set of tyres, that's 4 to 5 years driving time that you're going to get out of your tyres still. So if they've been on the shelf for a couple of years and in storage, it's really not going to affect the life of your tyre. If they were 3 to 4 years old when they were fitted, then maybe I'd be looking for some form of a discount. Tyre age becomes particularly important when we're talking about those low use tyres. So we spoke about the spare tyres on the back of your car. We spoke about tyres on a caravan or a trailer. These tyres can have really good tread still, plenty of tread life left, but be well over 10 years old. They're the ones you've got to look out for. The short story is, if the tyres on my car had plenty of tread life left but reached 8 years old, I would be replacing them. If the tyres on my trailer have plenty of tread life left and are getting to 10 years old, again, it's time to replace them. The best thing we can do to maximise our tyre life is regular inspections of the tyre. You want to check all over both the outside wall and the inside wall. You're looking for any damage, chunks, even cracks, looking for those cracks in the sidewalls, particularly down around the bottom, and this is why you might want to roll your tyre around to do it. Where it is taking the load closest to the ground is where these cracks are most likely to show up. You also want to check your tread wear in several places on the tyre because it might not be even. If you have more wear on the outside edges of your tyre than you do in the middle, it suggests you're running your tyres at too low a pressure. If you have more wear on the middle of your tyre than you do on the outsides, then you might be running them at too high a pressure. If you have wear on one side but not the other, it suggests your wheel alignment might not be right. Also check your tyre pressures. Note that the pressure in a tyre can vary quite significantly by several psi just with the seasonal variations of temperature, which is why I say you should be doing this at least quarterly. But again, ideally you're doing it monthly. And finally, every 10,000 kilometres, book your vehicle in for a tyre rotation, a tyre balance and a wheel alignment. If you have any questions on this off-road insight, just share them in the comments. Or if you've got any thoughts, whack them in the comments. If you want to request a topic for a future off-road insight, you can send us an email or contact us through our website. We'll see you next time.